Well, hello again. This is Reverend Sean over at the Center Path, and we're going over this guy here, which is the Tanka of Samsara, the Wheel of Becoming. This is our sixth video, I think, on this one. And today we're going to go through the third part of dependent origination consciousness. And it's a really cool one because it's really easy to remember and really easy to remember what it's about. I'm going to go through that a little bit. Let's do a little bit of a review in our other classes or our other little mini videos. We did go over kind of a general overview of the whole wheel of Samsara. Now, this is Mara or Yama who turns the wheel and looks fierce because a very important job to do. And there's the Buddha pointing the way to what usually would be the moon, but in this case it's Mount Tusita or the Tusita heavens or Mount Maru or Pure Land. It depends on which version you're into. Doesn't matter. This one here, this Tanka itself, is Tibetan, Vajrayana. So it's either from Tibet, Nepal, Mongolia, something like that. It looks like a little bit of a newer representation. The first video I talked a little bit about that. We did go over the center part right here, which was the three parts of ignorance or ignorance and enmity and that's pride, craving, attachment, stuff like that. Remember, karma. Good karma leads to good things, and bad karma leads to bad things. And then we jumped all the way over here to the 12 parts of the wheel of dependent origination. This is the outer rim of that thing. We're going to do the whole outer rim, and then we'll do the inner side because there's a lot going on inside here. And we've gone over the very first one here, which is ignorance, right there. Ignorance, because it's a blind guy, right? And then we went over this one here, which is formations and stuff, which is dealing with what you do now goes on in the next existence, the next timeline, right? As we go on, we make things happen, and then they can break, and there's impermanence involved in that one. But today, we're going to go over this one. It's one of my favorites here. This is the little monkey in the tree. This is consciousness. Now, you've heard of the monkey mind. Exactly what we're talking about right here. The monkey mind, the tree, is like the body or like our lives, and the monkey is jumping from branch to branch and picking at things and grabbing things and throwing poop and doing all the things that monkeys do. And we say our mind is like a monkey. Most of it's like a 300-pound gorilla that has had too much Red Bull and has a sore foot. You know, it's just cranky and moving from thing to thing, wants to tear a lot of stuff apart, biting on things, being aggressive. You know, of course, monkeys aren't all like that. But this is a representation of what monkey can be like. In fact, one of my main teacher, he was once explained to me. It was right around 9/11, and right after 9/11, I went to check on him at the temple because people were going after brown people and they were beating him up. It was really kind of dumb, but that's what was happening. I'm like, they're going to confuse him with someone. I mean, he's a bald Sri Lankan monk, wears robes, Mahayana robes, and it's not going to be a good sight. So I went down there to kind of either protect him or help out in some way I could. And he was cutting these bumper stickers that had on one side like these colors don't run or you can't beat USA or something like that. And on the other side was an American flag. So he was cutting them in half and he was throwing away the written part and he was keeping the American flag, putting it to the side. And so I sat down and I found a pair of scissors and I just didn't really say hi to him, whatever. I just kind of sat down and started helping him because that's what I wanted to do. I just want to help him out with whatever. So I would spend Tuesdays with Bontes, was the thing. And I asked him, I said, what is this all about? Why are you doing this? And he said, monkeys don't need ladders. And I was like, what the hell? Monkeys don't need ladders? There's no monkeys around here. We're in Southern California. And it turns out what he's saying is monkeys don't need a ladder to climb up onto a building. So why are we giving them something like this, which people are already upset, mad, and give them something to inflame them even more? Because it was a more of an inflammatory response. I mean, really, the wording on it, I can't remember exactly what it was because we threw them. But the flag can be a good symbol. So we were keeping that. So anyway, this is about consciousness, how our consciousness exists and goes from thing to thing, and how that can promote our karmic actions, mentally, right, and physically, our actions, and how it pans out in the future. What we do now makes a difference. Actually, really, your karma doesn't create your future; it creates your past, and your past is what creates what you are now. So you want to be successful, work on your past because you don't worry about the future. The future's not here yet. What you do now will change how your past was. So if you keep doing good things, or move back over here and talk about karma, we keep doing good things, keep doing good things, keep doing good things, then it looks like we look back and say, hey, man, our past is pretty good, right? Keep doing bad things, look back and say, man, our past wasn't so good. So this is one of those things. As we learn to meditate, as we learn to calm our minds and see things as they are and make things that are useful and not be so attached to them, right? See things as they are, make things that are useful and but not be so attached when they disappear and change, right? And then we come here, we have consciousness. And consciousness, we know it's going to bounce around. So we don't try to control it with force. We don't try to control it with being mean and hitting it and stuff like that. People try that, and it's difficult. Just like a monkey, if you wanted to really make a monkey your friend, leave out little bits of fruit and food to come and get them, and eventually you'd be able to feed it by hand, and it wouldn't bite you. And then eventually you could have it sit on your shoulder, and it would be your friend, and you could tell it to go do things, and it would help you out with things, right? It wouldn't be this like terror is pooping on everything. You can teach, you can potty train them and everything, just like our mind. Remember, this is a rough neighborhood. Don't get stuck up here by yourself. You know, that monkey's a rabid freak on too much caffeine and nicotine and all that kind of stuff for all you people, and we need to um, uh, control it as we can. I mean, my mind jumps around. My mind jumps from thing to thing, and I spend time trying to control it and trying to see that it does that in my meditations. Right? And when you realize you're like, man, I got a lot of thoughts going on, but we let go of them and let them go, and there'll be another one. I mean, don't get attached to it. Don't get all stuck on that branch. Be able to go to the next branch, but also know that you can let go of them. There we go. And that's there we go. That's the third part of the wheel of dependent origination consciousness. And I'm Reverend Sean over at the Center Path. Just wanted to give another little snippet of that entire class. You can go through and you can down on this side right here, you can subscribe, or you can go up on that side way up at the top over on over that way. Over that way, there's another thing for a different video. I'll try to put the next video for the previous video, whatever, so we can see what's going on. And leave me comments or questions in the discussion, okay? And we'll go over that. I'm trying to do this like on the fly. It's a quicker class. We're just trying to go through 10 minutes, 7 minutes at a time. Anyway, take care. We'll talk to you soon, and be good. And don't forget to watch that monkey mind. Eat a monkey.